NASA astronauts landed in the Rocket City today, and they told us all about living on Earth's orbit for months on end. They just got back from the International Space Station about 3 months ago. While there, they spent nearly 8 months performing various research missions alongside cosmonauts from Russia to Belarus. Today, they spoke to crowds about the zero gravity in space working around the ISS and their relationship with everyone on board the station. Our Caleb Aguayo went out to Redstone Arsenal to learn what it takes to be an astronaut.
I'm right next to Redstone Arsenal's Gate 9 over on Rideout Road. Just inside at the Marshall Space Flight Center, NASA astronauts with Expedition 71 spoke to a massive crowd about what it takes to live in space for months on end. And they covered it all, from the takeoff to the landing and everything in between. And from the start, the crew in the Marshall Space Flight Center is essential, overseeing everything during the mission and talking with the crew about what's going on.
That goes very deep, from the radio calls that we do to cameras looking over our shoulders so that they have the same view we do. We have very candid conversations back and forth on open and closed comm. So really the lifeblood of the science we do up there is channeled from down here.
But flight engineer Tracy Dyson says the 8-month orbit is just a fraction of the crew's careers.
The rest of it is spent on the ground, practicing these things, working together in different capacities, and so you get to learn expeditionary behavior that transcends any and all people that you're with. And so we put it into practice, a lot of that, and we get a lot of experience.
And those years of practice come in handy. You spend years training as an astronaut to be crammed into a small space with people you'll work with every day for months. And that forms bonds not only between the crew, but between American astronauts and Russian cosmonauts on board the ISS.
Despite everything that's happened between the countries politically on Earth, we've come together and worked together as one team and keep pushing humanity forward. So we like to think of spaceflight as like rising above literally all of those kinds of things to move humanity into the solar system.
Even though the U.S. guys are on their side, the Russians are on their side, we talked every day, we interacted every day, we would socialize a few times a week, and that relationship is really key.
But after 8 months of weightlessness and years becoming close with a crew of friends, flight engineer Jeanette Epps says it becomes your second home.
After having sat on orbit and looked out the window, done the research, did the maintenance, taking care of everything on orbit, it was your home. It's hard to think about what comes next after that.
But whatever comes next, it'll be hard to beat living in space. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
Yeah, there's no telling what's next for Expedition 71's crew, but their mission for research is far from over. You can find the full interview with the whole team on Fox 54 Plus.